Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nocta and this is Disco Elysium. So, let's check out this visual deal. I don't even remember what it
This
wants to
must
be.
be it. The basement door is weather-worn. The copper nails holding the upholstery in place have turned green from sea air, and there's a knocker shaped like a lion's head.
All I know is that we promised Evrart to check this out for his help with the body, I think. Carefully knock, press your ear against the door.
The door is slick with rain. You don't hear any movement inside. In fact, it's oddly silent in the yard around you. No birds chirp.
Let's knock first.
You knock silently. The upholstery muffles the sound. No response comes from the apartment. You're pretty sure the owner of the apartment isn't here. It's safe-ish.
Oh, so it's safe-ish in theory. Well, let's see. Use banana's
You
key.
try to be as silent as you can. It takes a bit of rattling of the handle to loosen the bolt. Finally, the door unlocks with a small clack. Thoughts race through your head. Only curiosity could account for stepping over that threshold. Maybe there's treasure in there. A white alligator. A fountain of quicksilver. There might be important information in the apartment. I mean, there might. Master Investigator, you just can't keep yourself away from locked and hidden places, can you?
I mean, I guess. What do you mean?
Nothing. You're right. Get in there. Deep. Invade every personal space. Break every lock.
It is my duty as a cop to investigate every square inch of this world.
Attaboy, the world's secrets were made for you. They wait patiently for you to uncover them.
I like what I hear. Please don't be a dead body. I don't see any dead bodies yet, but there might be one there for all I know. The smell of disinfectant in the room smells like chemicals.
A row of mugs sits on the shelf. Each one depicts a human figure. A dark-skinned woman grinning amidst mysterious symbols. A broad-shouldered man shoveling potatoes, and others.
Tap on the mugs.
A little ring. Though cheerful, the images on the ceramic make you vaguely uncomfortable. There's something disdainful in the way the curves and lines of the bodies were drawn. The images betray a lack of interest in human beings. They are merely unflattering caricatures.
What do I mean, uncomfortable?
The owner of these mugs doesn't like people of other ethnicities very much.
Typical asshole.
This person is unhappy.
Whip out your yellow man mug and compare.
Yes, your broken mug friend would feel very much at home here. The same humor, the same mocking lines.
Came from here most likely.
The owner of this collection could be dumping his trash in the Whirling's container. An interesting little clue. Let's see where this goes. Clues have a way of magically connecting to other clues down the road. Perhaps you should break into apartments more often.
I should. Is this really the same person who put the dead man's clothes in the trash?
Who knows? Could be. But this clothes in the trash lead doesn't really seem like it's going anywhere. Still, good thing to keep in mind. You could ask Evrart who this person is once you're done here.
Let's move on. Whoever lives here admires fair-haired fantasy heroes with big muscles.
A row of mugs.
Want to see if anything changes? Oh, a shirt. It's cleaner than mine. And doesn't give me any negatives, so might as well use it. You can almost feel the warmth of the red sun on the flag.
This is the flag of Revachol, the suzerainty.
What's with the sun?
This isn't just one sun, but there are little suns dancing around the big sun. This is the sevenfold sun miracle.
And what's that?
It's an optical atmospheric anomaly the first settlers saw. Happens in cold weather. 6 small suns around the big one. This complex halo phenomena is how old Revachol got its flag.
Bow down before the flag? I won't.
The flag doesn't seem to mind. It's just a colorful fabric with a sun sewn onto it. Like all feudal flags, it looks like a children's drawing.
A book titled The Hidden World of Walking Sticks lies open. Walking sticks, what? Okay, now I'm getting more and more confused. Am I missing anything? There's something under the bed. I would like to check it. Actually, that's couch. Hello? A small suitcase full of clothes. Guests are staying over? I guess could be. Magnesium, perfect. I might need it. What do I need to do here again? Get yourself organized. Find working class husband. Ask about Ruby in the village. We offer figurines. Sing the signs in the Noid. Find smokes and smoke them. Smoker on the balcony. Oh yeah, I need to talk to him. Put the clothes in the trash. Oh yeah, and I don't have Kim's car here to check if they found anything about the armor. Okay. I just wanna get rid of the exclamation marks. Oh yeah, there. Oh, I just need to unlock the door, okay. Am I missing anything? This is suspicious. Wait. Wait a minute, what's that? Oh yeah, for bodybuilding, I guess. I hope. Yeah, I don't think I'm missing anything here. Well, I'm gonna tell Evrart that I opened the door. Will anyone attack me now? Okay, seems like I'm fine.
Trying to sneak up on me?
Yes, I am trying to sneak up on you, definitely. I should have shot you when I had the chance. As I was coming to Evrart's place, I found this. A giant S print on the pillow and a pattern of coffee rings on the armrest. Someone is habitually chilling next to the radio. Or maybe the listening post. I mean, could be. We know that the Hardy Boys know everything.
Steady as ever. And
the
unlocked the drawer.
The Hardy Boys work for Evrart, I believe. So everything adds up.
The already familiar cold touch of plastic welcomes you as you pick up the handset. The machine swallows your coin and seems to be waiting for your next move.
Okay. Let your muscle memory dial a random number.
It's unclear whether you actually have muscle memory. Right now, your finger is just drawing vaguely occult patterns in the air.
Useful patterns at least?
Undoubtedly, no.
I might try this again later.
Why not? Muscle memory is a tricky thing. Nothing tricky about that. You just do, fail, repeat until it works. All it takes is motivation and practice.
Okay, I will need to
The already familiar
increase my interfacing when I can. I'm unsure if that will be my priority or not. Maybe. Anyway, I think... Oh yeah, I'm gonna check out the container, maybe I can open it now. I really wonder what's inside. But I kinda want Kim to be here when I open it.
You're back before the cargo container. Its drawer has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly.
It did. Hey there, sugar.
The container door appears unmoved by your attempt at flattery.
You're a fine piece of engineering, do you know that?
The door does not respond to your advances. Is it possible that it seems somehow more closed than before? Why does this situation feel so familiar? Do you have a history of propositioning inanimate objects?
Maybe I do, maybe I don't. I won't tell you without my lawyer. Persuade the door to open.
And as it's always been, it's impossible to open a container with the rhetoric. Maybe you're losing your mind.
Damn it. Sooner or later it will work. But I'm kinda happy that I failed because in this case Kim can see my success when the time comes. Oh, Evrart.
Yes, of course. Now we're on the right track.
That's in here, I
It
guess.
smells like we're getting crates and pallets calling to mind. Vast stands of winter pines. A swirl of ancient odors absorbed by heavy carpet fibers. But also a pervasive, treacly sweetness that somehow reminds you of cola nuts. The whole place could probably use a good deep cleaning, you think. Meanwhile, Evrart Clare clatters away on his typewriter, willfully indifferent to your presence.
Okay. Hey, Evrart. I can't check anything, right? Yeah. Okay.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you've already sat on that chair.
Oh. Okay. I opened the door you asked me. Can we discuss the murder now?
I'm very glad to hear that, Harry. One question. You didn't actually happen to stumble in and see what's inside the apartment, did you?
He's trying to figure out if you're lying.
I did go inside. Weezer had the flag of the old Revachol on his wall. I may have gone inside and seen a collection of racist mugs.
Just as I thought. Culturally antiquated mug collection. What a weasel. Pissing on Evrart's Rainbow Coalition.
He was testing you, and you succeeded.
Now let's get down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. Real police work is gonna start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is gonna be good.
The mug collection I mentioned was in the apartment. I found a similar mug in the trash with the hangman's clothes.
Racist mugs in the trash and in the apartment? You guys are just light years ahead of me. I have so much confidence in the ability of your organization. I'm relieved you're doing this and leaving me to do what I do best. Helping people. With the power of politics.
Do you think this Weezer has something to do with my case?
Oh, no, 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 no. I don't cross paths like that. All I want is for you to succeed in your investigation. I would never complicate things for you.
Oddly, it seems to be true.
But this Weezer might have cleaned up after the killers.
Believe me, Harry, he's a nobody. Just your basement variety nobody. Can't imagine him being connected to a high-caliber case like this. But he does live nearby. Maybe it's a pedantic weasel. Fascists are known to be neat freaks. I feel like a real detective right now, Harry. Am I getting this right?
He imitates bashing something with an imaginary baton. There's more to police work than whacking an imaginary baton.
Of course, Harry. I'm not a real police officer. You are.
That's all he's going to say on this subject.
I have heard about the connection between the lynching and the strike. I would like to hear what you know about it.
By now, I'm sure you've figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys. Wild Pines. Sent to scare us. Another violent measure of the top hats against us flatcaps.
I'm listening.
Harry, this strike is the culmination of many, many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries.
You mean our victim?
A security contractor? Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hired killers to mow us down with machine gun fire? I'm talking beasts, hardened killers from proxy wars in Yisut, Semenine, Saramaritsa, you name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company, Harry. Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant.
Hold on, you have a village elephant.
No, Harry, the elephant is metaphorical and so is the village, but the mercs and their brutality are very real.
Okay, go on.
Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container.
He laughs. Wait, they moved the container.
Yes, I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what they used to be. They lift my office with that big crane. It's actually very fun. You should try it. But enough about me and my fun container. The killers the company hired, I think there were 3 of them, all hardened commando types. One of them got downright suicidal, getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out and trees.
How did he end up hanging from that tree?
Harry, what you need to realize is, we dock workers are not pushovers.
That's not an answer to my question.
We got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, we push to kill.
Who exactly did the pushing?
There's a militant wing inside the Union. A group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor, but peacekeeping in the neighborhood. Making sure everything runs smoothly.
You mean the Hardy Boys?
That sounds a bit like organized crime.
They're like you. Idealistic people who want to make sure that bad things don't happen. And if they already have, well, punishment must follow.
Again, that sounds like organized crime.
You believe they killed the hangman?
One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, "Boss, socialist democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land." He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him. I gave them 2 weeks paid leave and told them to lay low to avoid retaliation.
Are you not afraid that we are going to arrest them?
Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see the man who takes them in. Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them.
Uncertainty belies his boasting. In the end, though, he believes it. Or at least, he wants to believe. So he doesn't want to counter with a narrative that exonerates the Union. But why?
Yeah, that's very odd. I expected him to try to sweep any connection with the Union under the rug, but no. He just said it. He literally just said it that Hardy and his boys did it. Of course I know that's not the case after the investigation. But why would he throw them under the bus so easily? You mentioned the lawyer girl.
Oh, Liz is a bright one. I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll probably turn her all fancy. But hell, Harry, she came back a firebrand socialist. Sometimes she scares me with her zeal.
Tell me about Titus Hardy and his crew, please.
Oh, they are simply fine young men, all 7 of them. Exemplary Union members, always working to advance their position in the local socialist democratic movement. Core members. Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself. Gotta love his initiative.
What more can you tell me? Who's the second in command? Who's the most violent?
Harry, they're almost all of them great guys, born leaders. Whatever happened, I'm sure they only had the best interests of Revachol in mind.
Does not want to talk about this, I see.
Work with them. Hell, interview them. But don't fight them. They really are just like you. Men who like beer, women, and some order on the streets.
That's him allowing the police to ask his men questions. He's betting on them being useless to you.
Oh, they're already useful. Evrart, I met these Hardys. Can you ask them to cooperate with me?
But of course, it's the least I can do for my good friend Harry. I'll do it right after we've concluded this talk.
You can now go and tell Titus about this. See what he has to say.
Also, Harry, here's 5 real.
Why are you giving it to me?
I'm not giving you anything. I'm just holding out 5 real.
Okay. He's trying to bribe me quite well. Well, I'm gonna take it.
Good boy. A real team player. Now, do you have any more questions?
Gonna take it, but that still won't save his ass. He was just holding it, I was just holding it as well. How do you know the mercenaries were killed by the shipping company? Were hired by the shipping company?
How do I know? Let me tell you about these people. That's their MO. It's what they do. Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in Sediment, a security contractor. The strike was over the workers' right to wear protective footwear, Harry. These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company after a little rebranding. And I'm sure as hell not surprised to see an army of scabs under my gates.
So you think the security contractor organized the scabs?
You said it, Harry. Hell, one of those guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that don't just happen to show up during strikes.
That is true. The name of the company is Granule this time. It might have been Sediment before.
Of course. You're always one step ahead of me, Harry. I'm no genius. I'm in this position because people like me.
The remaining mercenaries are organizing a tribunal to take on the Hardys.
Tribunal? That sounds serious, Harry. We Union men should be shitting ourselves. I wish you hadn't told me that. I'm gonna lose sleep over this. Let's change the subject.
I wanted to notify him because if shit really intends to go down, he needs to know.
He's clearly happy about the tribunal.
He don't seem too worried about it.
Oh, Harry, what do I really think about the tribunal? You're trying to climb to second base with old Evrart before you've even courted him properly.
He wants you to do more things for him before.
There was a bullet in the hangman's head.
So they shot him.
He sounds pleasantly surprised. Yes, someone shot him in the head before they hanged him.
How odd. I don't know what to say, Harry. They told me they hanged him. A hanged man is what I saw when I took a look into that yard.
It's impossible to say if he's telling the truth, sire.
What I do know is, the case is in safe hands. If anyone can get to the bottom of this shot and hanged man, it's my favorite policeman, Harry.
Good talk, let's conclude for now.
Was it a good talk? I'm not sure we made much headway here. I was hoping we'd bust the case wide open. Heck, I even wanted to tell you what I really want to achieve with the strike. I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinez. And of course, I also wanted you to find your gun. But it's like I can't completely trust you. Yet.
Yet?
Yes, Harry. It's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left. I want to, but I just can't.
A man of the left. So you have to be a social democrat.
Seems like it.
He's been hurt too much in the past by men who aren't social democrats.
I'm not a man of the left, I'm a patriot of Revachol. You're right not to trust me. I take care of me. I'm a hustler, I grind, I'm a money engineer. What's this supposed to mean? I'm more left than you are. It's another corrupt scheme, isn't it? I'm neither left or right. I do what my heart tells me to do.
What does your heart tell you about your lost gun, Harry? Does it tell you to forget about it? Or do you think it wants to be found? I think it's lonely and cold. I think it wants to be found, and I have a proposal for you.
What would this entail?
Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper, and then mail it to my accountant in La Delta.
What are the signatures for?
I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern youth centre in Martinez. It will be righteous. We're gonna get those teenagers off drugs and on roller skates. There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more signatures to get this mission off the ground, Harry.
You mean the fishing village?
Yes, the little cul-de-sac on the coast, where all the men have drowned in either the sea or the bottle. A gloomy place. Doesn't have that Union attitude.
You're already pretty deep into this. What's a little more? No one can see you here in Martinez.
What will happen to the current occupants?
They are just gonna have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living like kings. right next to a fancy new youth centre designed by the best architects from Stella Marie.
Is he absolutely sure the tenants won't be thrown out in the street?
Are you 100% sure no one's going to end up homeless?
Am I? Harry, these people, Martinez is the most important thing in my life. I would never let anything bad happen to them.
That's not really a direct yes or no.
We're gonna build a youth centre there. The value of their properties goes up and kids have a place to play in. I'm looking out for these people, not pulling the rug from under them, Harry. I'm looking out for all of Martinez, not just the harbour.
He means it.
Fine, if I happen to be there, I can ask them.
You bring joy to my heart, Harry. Such a pleasure to be working with you. Here.
He hands you an open white envelope.
You need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal. I heard there was some trouble with the water lock, but it should be fixed now. Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca in La Delta. Then we can talk about your gun.
Okay. I wanted to go over a couple of things about me.
Let's hear it, Harry.
Where did you get the folder?
Ah, this? My friends in your organization gave it to me, Harry.
This translates into...
Of course,
Never mind.
Harry, of
I thought I
course.
will get a new
Let's
option.
not linger on personal details and amnesia. You wanted something from me.
Alright. I have just finished investigating the local drug trade.
Ah, yes. Your side investigation. Thank you. You've got some spirit clearing up phony drug accusations alongside this murder. I'll talk to the mayor and see if I can get you the key to the city, Harry. Now let's talk real business.
Actually, Rivershell doesn't have a mayor. He refuses to discuss it further. It's probably just a small nuisance to him. Not even a speck of anger in his voice. That's that then.
I'm looking for a cell of underground communists. Can you help me?
Mr. Dubois, really? Do I look like a man who has time for underground communists? I'm as above ground as it gets.
That's a non sequitur, if you've ever heard one.
Let's drop the funny stuff. I'm trying to make contact with my revolutionary brethren.
Sure thing, Harry. We're all business now. The answer is still no. I'm a busy man, as you can see. I don't block off time on my schedule for underground types.
That note of contempt in his voice is sincere, sire.
Okay,
You've
seems
already
like he's
spoken with
them.
Manana, as I understand. I'm afraid I don't have anything else for you on this subject.
That's all you're going to get out of him, it appears.
Now, was there anything else you wish to discuss today?
Hmm.
See
Nothing.
you soon, Debardeur. Just kidding, but not too much.
I want to unlock another perk. Maybe this slot. By now it's clear you like to look inside containers. You like to open doors and see what's behind them. Maybe secrets, maybe more juicy containers. Let's be honest, you like all containers. Trash cans, utensil trays, manholes, coat pockets, secret containers left behind by the Philippine kings that hold forbidden relics. Okay, you haven't come across one of those yet. But one day, wait, is that why you are so hellbent on opening containers? Do you think you will find the Holy Scepter and the Orb of the Mountain? Let's internalize this. My passion for containers shall be unleashed. Okay. Do I have anything to check? Oh, I do.
6 crumbling petals rest on your palm. They're white, a bell-shaped crown. Somewhere in central Jamrock, Lieutenant Kitsuragi steps into the public library. Rows of shelves pass on either side. You feel he should be here for this, for in-depth flower analysis.
Okay. Deal. White
Take
envelope.
the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12 to 40 month construction period and the zoning plan in the addendum.
Look at the zoning plan.
The youth center cuts into the ocean like the bow of some great modern ship. Apparently, it's going to cover most, if not all, of the street and the square between the existing houses. It's 3 stories tall. It's going to be awfully close to the already existing buildings, almost wall to wall, practically integrating them into the youth center. This is either an ominous or cool architectural choice? Hard to say. My money is on cool. Looks like a cubic pyrite.
Alright, let's try to find a loophole.
There is no loophole. The simple truth is the current residents are going to lose their street access, and for the next 12 to 40 months, their lives will be dominated by constant construction noise right next door.
Wait, what are the ramifications of this?
Once the construction starts, it'll probably take a few months, a year maybe, for even the most stubborn occupants to get tired of living like this. After that, they'll sell their property for cheap and move out.
Can't I do something about this?
Well, you could trick Evrart. Get some random people to sign the document. By the time the union boss finds out, your business here will be already concluded.
Okay. Very interesting. I'm gonna go back and see if I can open that freezer now. Okay, let's see. Please open.
This orange machine is turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dream. It's all gone now. You'll never become a...
Fuck. It's still not sold. Anyway, that was all for this episode. Thank you for watching, and we will continue from here next time. Bye.